Code because it's a company that I don't think is getting a lot of attention.
Launch Code's amazing. Started here in St. Louis. Jim McKelvey, St. Louis native, founder of Square. He and others, now led by Brendan Lynn, created an organization, nonprofit, to help take workers that have the ability to become programmers, systems architects, and things like that in information technology jobs, but just didn't have the training in it. Think of it as a good old-fashioned apprenticeship. Come in, get some intensive learning, skill up, and then they've created great pathways through incredible corporate partners to get those folks placed into jobs. And their success rate in placing people is phenomenal. Started here in St. Louis, meeting our tech needs, and they are going national now.
You're the worst politician because you're not tooting your own horn. You were instrumental in getting Launch Code up and running, were you not?
I was proud to be one of the partners in working with them, and they're still an important client at the regional chamber, and our team is working together to help them be more successful.
All right, Jason Hall, $64,000 question. Will you run for mayor of St. Louis?
That's flat. I appreciate that, McGraw. That's a flattering question. I'll tell you, I'm proud each and every day to get up, roll up my sleeves, as I did this morning, and go to work for the startup community, creating jobs, creating a more inclusive, more technological economy here in St. Louis. 100%, that's what I'm focused on. It's flattering to have people ask that question,
right?
And I appreciate that. To me, I think it's, in part, I think because I've been so associated with the startup and innovation community, getting that question leads me to believe that this community that I am so passionate about for the future of St. Louis is getting more traction and getting deeper roots. If we're looking to that community for public leadership, it truly is flattering. But we've got a big agenda at the chamber. We've got a big agenda to drive the startup and innovation community forward in the St. Louis region. And I'm 100% focused on that day and off an evening job.
All right, let me ask you this question, Jason Hall, St. Louis Regional Chamber. Am I the only one who's asked you if you're running for mayor?
The answer to that is no. I have been asked by other folks. I think it started here.
Yes.
So,
but some pretty powerful people have asked you or encouraged you.
I've been flattered that folks have reached out and said, that they've thought of me in that way.
Okay. Let's try it this way. You grew up in Granite City?
I did.
Where'd you go to high school?
Granite City High School.
What year did you graduate?
1993.
Were you the first person in your family to graduate from high school?
I was one of the first in my family to graduate from high school and the first to go to college.
And you graduated from?
Bates College in Lewiston, Maine.
And then you went to law school where?
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. Did you go to WashU for anything?
I haven't.
You haven't gone to WashU, okay. But Vanderbilt Law School is acceptable. We'll take that. That's
I appreciate that.
That's a good SEC
education.
school. You then went to work at law firm here in town.
I did. I was proud to be a part of the team at Bryan Cave, law firm here based in St. Louis.
Yeah. I should ask, are you a Democrat or a Republican?
That's a hard question to answer these days. The lines are pretty.
We only ask hard questions
here. I'll call myself, part of the Sanity Caucus. I'm all about getting things done, and I'll tell you, my eyes were really opened. I've been proud to work with Republicans. My first job, in the summers was with County Treasurer John Shimkus, now U.S. Congressman, a Republican. He had a tremendous impact on me when I saw his ethics and his drive in public policy. I was proud of Bryan Cave to be able to work with former Senator Jack Danforth on some of his projects, Republicans. Proud to serve Governor Jay Nixon, a Missouri Democrat. I don't care whether someone's a Democrat, Republican, or could care less about politics. I'm about building bridges with folks and finding ways to get things done and move forward.
Jason Hall, so is it safe to say you're the first person in your family to graduate from college?
That's correct.
Tell me some of the boards you sit on.
Well, on the IT Entrepreneur Network Board. It's an organization we're providing mentorship and training to those in the information technology space. So really incredible organization here in St. Louis. I'm on the Hawthorne Leadership School for Girls.
Right.
We are the first public all-girls school, North City, St. Louis, focused on providing what we call STEM education, science, technology. So we're working to educate and fill that pipeline with talent. And we are getting ready in June. Our first classes will have completed. This is our first year of operation. An amazing project that I'm proud to be a part of that team.
It's a North County school.
North City school,
I'm sorry. Educating young girls, all girls.
All girls.
And you sit on that board, but you've also, as I understand, been instrumental in raising funds for that organization as well.
Absolutely.
So you put your money where your mouth is.
Absolutely. I mean, when there's a project like that I think is just truly transformational from an educational standpoint, Mary Stillman, the founder of our school, is just an incredible visionary who I am so... her passion. I mean, she works so many hours on that project to get this school up off the ground. And I am, part of my job as an economic developer is to help find the resources to support entrepreneurs to pursue their dreams. And I am incredibly honored to be a part of that team.
Jason Hall, you are also openly gay. Do you think that hurts you if and when you ever decide to run for public office?
Well, as a former member of Governor Nixon's cabinet, held public office, not elected, my focus is on how I help people in building bridges. I am who I am. That was a hidden part of my life for 27 years. I am openly gay, and that is who I am. I don't think it is my defining identity, but it is certainly part of who I am. And what I have found here in St. Louis and in the state of Missouri, if you are willing to work hard and show up prepared, work hard for folks, that you will be accepted. And I'll tell you, I was a very conservative former state rep who I had a pleasure of working with on startup policy in the state from the southwest corner. He didn't actually know I was gay until the time in Jefferson City. And he called me up and he said, you know what, as a conservative, I believe that the person most qualified could get the job. And he was talking about me becoming Governor Nixon's cabinet secretary for economic development. And he said, I proudly support you in that because I think you're the most qualified. That's been my experience. Bryan Cave was an incredibly accepting place. The regional chamber has been. We're fighting this issue now on SJR 39. It's a big issue this week in the state of Missouri. Are we going to be a state that welcomes diverse talent and accepts differences? And
is that if that passes SJ 39 and becomes law, is that going to hurt business here in the state? Do you think?
I think it does. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know a single business that says I need less customers, or a single business that says, I need less talented and educated workforce, regardless of their age, religion, race, sexual orientation, or gender identity. I'm not hearing that from business. They see, I need more talent. And I think we need to keep our doors open in the state of Missouri and the state of Illinois for diverse talent.
Jason Hall, can I say you're at least thinking about running for mayor?
You can say I'm 100% focused on my job at the chamber, and we've got a big agenda to lead, and I am, when I step out of these doors here in the studio, going right down to Cortex, working with one of our venture capital firms on a project, you can say that each and every day I am focused on helping create the most innovative, inclusive startup community in the world, right here in St. Louis.
If a radio talk show host were to take his own money and print up bumper stickers that says Jason Hall for St. Louis City Mayor, would you endorse that, or would you? What would you say if somebody were to do that?
What I would say is, I'd say they're saying that because I come from the startup and innovation community, and startups, that means what we have been working for so many years to build in this region, standing on the shoulders of giants like Dr. Bill Danforth and others that I think have played such a pivotal role in this. We're arriving because they're looking at us for positions of public trust, and this is really about the startup and innovation community.
If somebody were to start a write-in campaign and Jason Hall, the name, would win enough votes, would you serve as mayor of the city of St. Louis?
I don't think we're going to have that problem, but I appreciate that vote of confidence.
Last question for you. If Donald Trump asked you to be his running mate, would you accept that position?
The answer is absolutely not.
All right, so at least he knows how to answer questions. Okay, all right, there you go. Jason Hall, St. Louis Regional Chamber, thank you very much. Continued success. You ever need us to help you with anything, you know where we are.
And appreciate everything you do, McGraw. And you're an incredible entrepreneur. I love being with entrepreneurs and your energy. And thank you for everything you're doing in this community.
Jason Hall, ladies and gentlemen, from the St. Louis Regional Chamber, and lots of chatter about him running for mayor, except from him. Jason Hall, 940 here, Big 550, KTRS. Let me tell you about Appliance Discounters, because Appliance Discounters, ladies and gentlemen, Appliance Discounters has 6